Do you think Steve Jobs is the only one who can really say, people don't know what they want till they want it and then go create it? Or is that something that is that a capability more and more organizations are going to be able to have?
Well, certainly, I think that you go back to the classic line from Henry Ford, right? Which is, if I asked consumers what they wanted, they would have said they wanted a faster horse and buggy, right? They wouldn't have said they wanted a car, an automobile. History has always had stories of people who came up with things that consumers never would have thought of before. I don't think most of us would have thought of Uber or Airbnb before they come along. And so certainly being able to envision what consumers will want and how they will react to it and what will kind of get them engaged is an incredibly important part of being kind of a visionary in any industry and kind of being able to kind of revolutionize what that industry does. Steve Jobs is an interesting case, though, because for all of the successes that he's had and all the things that we think about that came out of his creative mind, the Newton was a massive failure when it was introduced for Apple. He lost his job, and because he was not running the company in a way that was beneficial to shareholders. And the funny thing is, if you look at the Newton and you look at the iPhone and you squint a little bit, they're kind of similar. He had this underlying vision for a long time, and the technology was not there, the consumers were not there, it didn't work the way it needed to do. The biggest thing in some ways with Steve Jobs is that he was able to have the chance to wait for the technology or to come back in order to be there when the technology came along, to take advantage of this deep vision that he had had. Many people have visions along the way of what they think might work, and maybe they'll be right in the future, but many of us don't get the number of chances and the length of time for a chance that Steve Jobs kind of got in order to do that. But I do think in general, I mean, if you're looking to be innovative, you can't sit here and say, well, I'm just going to ask my customers what it is that they want and give them what they want. That's going to give you the incremental, version 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 type innovations. It's not going to give you the version 1.0, that new idea that's really going to be different and radically change things. You have to look at what the customers want, but not what they say they want. You have to think about what is it that they actually need, how will they actually react to these things, what are the problems, the pain points in their daily lives, and how can I find a way to solve them?